Hello, Facebook fans and YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It's Tuesday afternoon here in the Eastern Time Zone of the USA. It's time for Tuesdays with Tim and Jeff. I'm Tim, K3LR, and along with me today is Jeff, KB8ZWT. How are you, Jeff?
I'm doing good. How are you today, Tim?
Good, good. Jeff, you were mentioning to me that you were on 20 meters last night.
Yeah, I heard. Well, I wasn't successful, but I could hear a gentleman out of Japan, and I thought he started to come back to me, but I wasn't sure. But yep, Japan was out there, and he was actually 5'5" here into Ohio.
You know, that's pretty good. Now,
Yep.
that's which radio were you using, Jeff?
I was on the 7300 last night.
7300, and then you have a butternut vertical.
Yep.
And how many radials do you have down?
I have 44 radials down.
44. And how long are those radials?
They do vary because I'm kind of on the property line. So most of them are about 32 feet. Then they are cut down to about 10, 12 feet, and I snuck a couple into the neighbor's yard. So most of them are 32 feet,
Okay.
except for one piece of the pie is missing because of a tool shed.
That's still a pretty good ground system, all things considered. And to be able to hear Japan on 20 meters is great.
Yeah.
And I noticed that the solar flux has increased by 5 or 6 points now. It's up to 75.
Yeah.
And the K index is sitting down at 0 right now, which is really good. So I would expect this evening, if you gave it another shot, you might be successful.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah, I was on 20 meters later than that, of course, with the big stuff, and worked Australia, New Zealand, and Hawaii. So, you know, there is some DX out there. And of course, this is the week before the big CQ Worldwide phone contest, which will be going on this weekend. And so there should be just tremendous amounts of activity. Now, you did something really cool, though. I believe yesterday you worked one of the stations down in South Carolina associated with the school.
Yeah, one of the schools, November 4, Sierra, Mike Sierra. I made contact with them last night for the school roundup, and I'm going to get on tonight and try to get a few more schools tonight.
Yes, that goes on all week. Goes on until Friday afternoon, the ARRL School Club Roundup. And it's great to get on. If you go to the arrl.org website, they tell you the frequencies where you're going to find most of the schools. And I know you worked in middle school, right?
Right. It was a middle school. And I don't know, I don't remember the young lady's name, but she was did a very good job on the air. Really good job.
Well, that's great. And that's a testament to the mentoring and the elmering that's going on at these schools. And our hats off to all the school operators and the mentors and the faculty advisors that are making that possible. That is tremendous. Jeff, what is the deal of the week? What do we have for the deal of the week?
It's NRED microphones, 30% off this week.
30% off, man. If you need a microphone, now is the time.
That's a great microphone. Yes.
Now is the time. Absolutely a great time to do it. So take a look right on the front page of dxengineering.com. And let's see, we've got Kilo Papa 2 Bravo and November 8 Tango Uniform Whiskey in here. And also our friend Italy Tango 9 India Delta Golf is in here. And K5 Tango Golf Sierra. Hello, Tim. And Paul, November 6 Papa Sugar Echo. And for the Intrepid DX team there. Nice to have you on, Paul. And also Mike, Kilo Golf 6 Yankee Tango Golf. And Gary, W9XT, says bands are improving. Earlier this week, I worked my first JA on 15 meters in 3 years.
Wow.
And yes, 15 has definitely improved. Having Europeans coming in the mornings again, so things are on the way up. And the tall guy is in here, K3STL. He says our JA ham friends are booming in Pittsburgh the past week. during the gray line on 20 meters FT8.
Yep.
And Mark M0DXR says, hey guys, I've known guys to stack multi-band Yagis, but it is also any good phasing multi-band verticals. Or is this just not that effective except from maybe one band? Yes, that's the problem, Mark, because the spacing of the verticals is very critical. So there's really no advantage to phasing multi-band verticals like that. And Uniform Alpha 4 Hotel Tango Tango from Russia, and from RF Kit, it's Delta Hotel 3 November Alpha Bravo Reinhard. Yep. And we have Echo India 6 Fox Echo from Ireland, and India Tango 9 Bravo Delta Mike, and November 5 Tango Delta Lima. And of course, on the weekend special, Jeff, we were talking about 160 meters.
Mm-hmm,
and
yeah.
160 has been really improving. There was a 160 meter contest on over the weekend, the Stu Perry DX Challenge, and so that was fun. Also, the Workdoll Germany contest was last weekend.
Right.
So, and the New York State QSO party, and boy, there was big activity in New York. Absolutely big activity. Let's see. We got Sugar Juliet 2 whiskey, and he's listening to us while he's cooking food.
Nothing wrong with that, huh?
You're getting ready to go to lunch. I think lunch.
Yes, I am.
Is after this, and so what are you hearing from customers, Jeff? What kinds of questions are you getting asked?
Oh, the biggest questions right now are people wanting to do a lot of portable stuff. So they are asking a lot of questions about the ICOM 705 and the Yaesu FT891. Those seem to be the two popular radios right now for portable use. And then people asking about vertical antennas and do I need ground radios? Do I not need ground radios? So a lot of good calls out there right now.
And of course, a vertical antenna works. Even the ones that say they don't need radials, they work much better with radials. And
yes.
But as we know, Jeff, radials can be a real challenge for a lot of bands. And you just can't, for instance, use a tuner to make up for no radials.
No.
And a ground rod is great for static discharge and lightning protection, but it doesn't do anything unless you're right in the salt water. If you're right beside the salt water, that's a pretty good ground plane there. And let's see here. We've got Hotel Kilo 3 Charlie. John says, hi, Tim and Jeff. By the way, Tim, love the new 7610. It's a great performer. So that's the ICOM IC 7610. He says, little to no difference from my 7851. So glad you like that, John. And also Zulu 81 Delta is on, and WD8 November, Victor November. And he helped the Scouts were on the air, the Jamboree on the air last weekend, and he introduced them to Morse code, and he was at a camp in Ohio. So good job there, Bob.
Good.
Also, Papa Uniform 2, Mike, and Kilo Papa 4 Lima Radio, and Kilo 4 Yankee Juliet is on with us, Dwight, today as well. So,
well,
what do you got, Jeff?
Talking about the 7610, great radio, and the 7300. But one thing I recommend highly for those two radios, we have one for the 7300 and a 7610. I set my radio up pretty much how this book says, and I'm very impressed on the way that it works.
That's the RSGB book? Is that right?
Yeah. That's the radio guide today to the ICOM 7300 and 7610. They have one for them also.
Right.
Especially a lot of people asking about digital setup. It's in here. Good stuff.
Yep, and of course that is in stock at DX Engineering.
Yes.
And don't forget, this is the time of year that you want to be thinking about, is your coax ready to go for winter?
Yes.
And you know, so if you need to replace it, the weather is starting to change, at least here in Ohio and Pennsylvania, so you don't want to get caught there. See, we have from Denmark, Oscar Zulu 6, I believe that is Germany Bravo Tango. Well, there's maybe a few more letters in there. And also Whiskey 5 Charlie Uniform Yankee. So one of the things that it's important to remember too is to check your ground systems. And if you had put in a vertical maybe earlier in the year, or it's been in a couple of years before the weather gets really bad, go out and take a look at various connections and make sure that they're still good and you haven't had critters chewing into things, and that can happen. So I think that's very important as well. And we have November Kilo 5 Golf, and Val India Uniform 3 Bravo Tango Yankee, and Mario Whiskey 3 Charlie Germany Sierra. So a great bunch on here. This week on the manufacturer's interview, we will be having Mastrant, the rope guys. Have you ever used the Mastrant rope, Jeff?
I actually have some, just a little bit of it from my dipole antenna that I have. My
wonderful stuff, just wonderful.
Oh yeah.
I mean, high strength and nice and lightweight, and it doesn't stretch. The stuff I'm using here from Mastrant doesn't stretch. So Martin will be on with us, and it should be a really good manufacturer showcase. And let's see, we have hello everyone. I follow this broadcast from Rio down in Brazil. I'm not a radio amateur yet, but I am a shortwave band radio listener. Well, Alex, it's nice to have you on with us, and we hope someday that you will get your amateur radio license so that you can transmit as well. And hello, Aaron, W8 Victor India Papa from Detroit. Got to meet Aaron on Zoom last week. We did a presentation to his club up there in Michigan. So, and I think tonight we'll be in Rochester, New York for a presentation, and also be recording some stuff for a club down in Venezuela later this afternoon. So lots going on there. And if you would like to have me or one of the other members here at DX Engineering speak to your club via Zoom, we can do that, and just contact Terry. That's K3LR at dxengineering.com, and she will set up a schedule for you. And let's see here. Willie says, on the automotive setup, should I run up straight to the battery, or should I find a blank spot in the fuse box and go from there? Willie, best practice is to go right to the battery.
Yes.
But you have to make sure you have fuses on both the positive and the negative.
Yes.
Because you do not, boy, I'll tell you, it's really bad if you don't have a fuse on that negative supply, because the whole thing can, the entire car can go through that. But they do make really very effective taps that go on the battery terminals.
Right.
And that's the best way to do it. And let's see, Chris says, I can't get my grass to grow over my radials. The grass keeps pushing them up. What do you recommend? Well, we have, what do we have, Jeff?
We have staples, yard staples, as they're called. We have metal ones and biodegradable ones, and I kind of used a mixture of both. And fertilizer. I use fertilizer. But yeah, the ground staples work really well. I was having the same problem there at first. I didn't have enough down, and it did pull them back up. But now I don't even know where my radials are after a couple of years.
Yep, that should do it, Chris. Just take a look for ground staples in the search box on dxengineering.com. Well, that's what we have. Deal of the week one more time, Jeff.
NRAD microphones, 30% off. Great microphones.
All right, take a look at that, and we hope to see everybody for the manufacturers showcase on Thursday. And that's at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's 18:30 Zulu. And then, of course, the weekend special is on Friday, and that's at 20 Zulu, which is 4 p.m. Eastern time. That's it for another Tuesday. 73 from DX Engineering.